So, my mind's not been doing very well the past couple days. I don't know why. My brain keeps teetering on the edge of wanting to live and try new things, and then there's another part of my mind that just wants to die. It's like a constant battle between the two. Before anyone mentions it, yes, I am seeing a therapist. Yes, I do have a psychiatrist that's prescribing me meds, to help balance out, all the chemical reactions going on in my brain. And yes, I've been to a psych ward. But I want to talk about that. I want to talk about the psych ward. Now, I live in Texas, and I went to a local psych ward where basically there was no security really. There was no muscle, so to say, to help with the unruly patients. So if patients were yelling or cursing, they would just let them. We would have to listen to that shit for hours on end. Probably wouldn't be until the patients actually started breaking stuff and attacking the staff that they would actually do something. And even then, it would take a while. They would give them a shot and then just hope and pray that when they drag that patient to their room and when they wake up, they'll be normal again. Tell me, how is that conducive to people who are at least well enough to behave themselves, but not well enough to really live with themselves? How is that conducive at all? And then there's some group, and half the time, the people there are not even coherent at all. So when they do talk in group, it's almost like listening to gibberish. And really, group is just therapy. I can get therapy on the outside. I don't have limitations on what I can wear. Like the jewelry, that kind of makes me a little happy. Or the clothes that allow me to at least express myself. So then there's group. And they try to, excuse me, they try to make it seem like it's a happy time. No one's happy being there. And then above all else, the doctors, it seems, just read from a script. They read from a script, they ask you some questions, they diagnose you. They don't try to pick your brain or anything. I really guess they're going off of notes that they create themselves and the staff creates, but that's it. So really, the psych ward is basically just a fucking scam. They're just there to take your money. And they tried charging me $5,000. The insurance covered $4,500, so I only had to pay $500. I paid $500 for a 7-day stay at a place I never want to return to, at a place that did not even serve you good food at all. So they talk about helping the mind by, doing all these group therapy sessions and having a good healthy diet and a good routine. How is a good healthy diet eating fucking honey buns for dessert? How is a good diet eating highly processed, fatty, sugary, salty foods? How does that fucking help you? It shouldn't. Like, here, egg salad. Very simple, easy to make, healthy, good for you, high in protein. Could I cut out the mayo? A little bit, yeah. I didn't put too much mayo. That's the thing about making your own shit. You can decide how much you want to put in it. So anyway, my brain's been going back and forth because I just don't feel like I'm getting that much better. The drawing has helped. I'm surprised to learn that I am potentially ambidextrous to a limited extent. I can draw with my right hand, at least for now. I'm trying to improve with this right hand, but I will go back to drawing with my left hand this weekend to continue keeping this side dominant. because it's still a night and day difference between my left and right hand. um, so, but I don't know, I don't feel like socializing or interacting with people. I'm retracting more from people. I'm not really talking to people. Sure, I work in customer service. I just put on a face, that's it. I don't really do anything else. And I know no matter what I do, how smart I become, how talented I become, the world will never care. I will just end up in a dead-end job, not making enough to live on my own, or at least not even making enough to have that option. So, the decision that I'm slowly coming to is, given my spending habits, given what I'm bringing in from my job, I would say if my savings was my quote-unquote clock, it would be about 2 years. About 2 years to see if things improve for the better for me. If I feel like I get better, if I feel like life is worth living for. Because I feel like everything is just on repeat right now. But worse, it's on repeat being alone. And knowing that I've hurt a lot of people. Through really just my own design and basically the environment that I was brought up in. Or the environment that I was given. Granted, I'm not going to blame that. Because then again, I'm the one making decisions. It's still very difficult to try and wire myself to not be agitated all the time. Or overanalyzing everything. Or projecting too much. Because that's how I've always lived. I never lived in the moment. I never actually lived. I've only lived for the next day. And planned. So yeah, at least if I get to spend my money for the next couple of years and live and see if things get better, I guess so be it. But I'm really going back and forth on this decision. Because then again, I feel like it's enough time for something to at least happen. Who knows? Maybe the world might end in 2 years. That would settle my problem right then and there. I mean, we as a species can never find peace with each other. When's it gonna start? We've been around for hundreds of thousands, millions of years. Well, our ancestors have, I mean. I guess humans in the modern sense of the word probably didn't come about until like a few 100,000 years ago. And ever since then, we found more and more ways to fuck each other over. We have found more ways to bring pain not only to ourselves, but to our environment. And you and I are both complicit in it. You know. So, anyway, I just wanted to talk about things. So for those of you that suggest, oh, go see a therapist or psychiatrist, I'm seeing both. Oh, you should admit yourself. I've already done that. Waste of time, waste of money, and I'm not gonna fucking sit there again going through the same bullshit and listening to people throw temper tantrums because they're in a fucking psych ward. Or saying, oh, you're so smart, you're so talented. Those are feel-good statements, and yeah, I appreciate that, but in the end, no one gives a shit. I'm not gonna be able to do anything with that anyway. I tried. I got degrees that utilized my quantitative mind. I tried that. It didn't work. You know, I tried practicing art. Tried to advertise myself a little bit. That did not work. And I don't think it ever will work. So, there you have it. I might continue to try a little bit for the next 2 years and see if anything improves. You know, in terms of art, in terms of my ability to just get something that just do something that I like for work like something that maybe not something that I love, but something that I can tolerate, and something that at least pays me well enough to where I could be on my own. But that's a fantasy. So anyway, thanks for listening. Hope you guys have a good day. I'm gonna go to work soon. And I'm gonna go to the gym. And then walk home in this, 90, 95 degree weather. Which, by the way, it's also humid here. That's the only part that I don't like about Texas, is the humidity. It is awful, and it's getting worse. There's climate change for you, Anyway.